And from my perspective and my team's perspective, is it opened the aperture. It gave us more tools, more opportunities, and more things to look at that we could explore, be more sustainable, and get the message out to all our employees, the tenants of the building, the people that are running those manufacturing processes within the building. So it opened the aperture and gave us more buckets to work in sustainability. And I think it's a very good course.
One item that I discovered is I didn't know everything. And I've been in facilities for almost 32 years. So you figure after 32 years you've seen it all, you've done it all, or at least you can talk yourself out of a lot of things. The first item that I discovered, and actually I was facilitating a class, an SFP class, and I've always mentioned I learn more from the students. And there was a gentleman from the city of Phoenix that asked me, says, Patrick, says, you know, you're aware of day cleaning. And I just renegotiated my cleaning contract, and I had reduced it by like 10 cents or 15 cents a square foot. So I thought I was a hero. So I reduced my square foot, you know, it was close to about $250,000 in janitorial cleaning costs that I was able to reduce. So once he expressed that day cleaning, I started thinking to myself, well, Patrick, how come you didn't think about this earlier? I didn't tell anybody I was thinking that. So immediately I went back to the contract, made an addendum, and I had them come back and introduce a day cleaning contract at my site. That lowered my cleaning cost by another 25% per square foot. So that was something, I mean, that paid for the cost of the class 100 times over, just in those savings.
But I'm a nonprofit. I'm not in the corporate world. Our number one duty in my nonprofit is to educate children. We're in a K through 12 school, and it's 700,000 square feet, 13 buildings, and we have a very large facility for a school. But I think one of the things that I've enjoyed out of this is learning, you know, more about the triple bottom line, about the strategy part of it, and how we're trying to infuse it into the school as a whole and to put it into the education of the students. So we've actually piloted a program, a high school level science class where we're teaching them the triple bottom line, and we're teaching them about sustainability. Some of the concepts that came out of book 1 in strategy and alignment that we're actually putting into the strategic plan of the school so that we teach our students about sustainability. And if I don't practice it in facilities, then how am I supposed to be able to teach it? So a lot of the concepts in the books, not just, oh, look at your building control system and reduce your utilities. We're doing that, and that's great. We've had great results, but we're actually, you know, doing what we're telling them to do and showing them the good example. That it is worth time and money? I think time-wise, it's self-managed. I took the self-study course. I didn't do the instructor course. I've heard the instructor courses really do help kind of get the information to sink in, but I'm very much a self-study type of person anyways. And actually altogether, because I put my mind to it, it probably only took me about 5-6 weeks to do all 3 modules, but I was studying every evening. But you can, whatever works for you and your study style is what you need to look at. But I do think it's worth the time, worth the money, and then when you go out and say I have an SFP, you can share it with others, and then once, you know, the SFP gets to a point where everybody knows about it and understands, they'll go, ooh, they have their SFP, they know what they're talking about, let me go talk to them. The money return on paybacks, if that's, you know, that's how we all sell our projects and our retrofits to our bosses. This is a 2-month payback. Depending on the size of your, I have a small facility compared to the other gentleman on the panel, and technically I think my payback was probably a month or 2. You know, and even at a small facility we were able to save just huge amount of money just on utilities. So I think the payback's definitely there. That's a point that you need to sell it to your bosses.
You could be a facilities manager, you've gone to college, you've earned a couple of credentials, but unless you're continually moving forward like a shark, you'll drown. You need to get new skills. You need to be able to deliver new techniques, new technology, stay up with your career, continue to save money, the headcount thing that Patrick talked about, we have constant headcount pressure. And I'd much rather exercise a sustainability business best practice that lowers operating expenses and supports, people, planet, and profit, than cut my staff more and provide less and less service and less readiness and less emergency preparedness. So it's good to keep learning and keep moving forward for your entire career and beyond. And I think the SFP provides another avenue of learning for any FM or anybody trying to be more sustainable. Time is a factor. We can't implement things slowly, or we'll have some savings, or we'll be really lowering our carbon emissions 10, 15 years from now. The time is upon us now to do something about it before it really gets to be too late.
Innovation. It provides the organization the opportunity to create ideas, provide innovative solutions for your organization. And most of all, though, it breaks the barrier, it breaks the box down. And and it's hard to explain this as a facility manager, because you have an entire staff that's really looking at your lead, because you're in a leadership position. So as you're moving your staff across, I would say, that treacherous ground that we're going through with this economic environment that we're going through here now, is that your entire staff is watching you. And they're hinging on every word that you say. And when they see you take the time and the commitment to go through and improve your skills, increase your skills, and not only improve them and increase them, but also demonstrate them, that's significant to the rest of the staff. It gives them hope. It gives them a pride in the organization. And most of all, the C-suite, it provides them the opportunity to actually see the value that your facilities organization is providing. So return is innovation. That would be one word I would sum it up. It's entirely innovation within the organization.